Hey guys, so today I'm going to present a little information for you that should help you get going on your drafts for your literacy narratives. So you should have gone to the assignment in Google Classroom and you can read over the assignment sheet. And before you watch this, I would check out the student sample also because I think that it will help you understand sort of what I'm looking for. So basically, in a nutshell, the literacy narrative is to tell two stories that work together to tell your reader what you learned about yourself in relation to literacy. And if you remember from class yesterday, we talked about how literacy does not need to be just reading and writing, although that can be what you focus on, but it can be financial literacy, cultural literacy, scientific literacy. So all those different literacies that we went over yesterday. And if you don't remember them, you can go back to, I posted yesterday's lesson as well. So step one is that you need to start brainstorming. So I would start with just one thing, right? So on your draft, I would write down a memorable incident from school. So don't go so far back that you can't write with detail about what happened. And remember that you're the author, so you can take some liberty with details. Like if I'm writing about something in fourth grade, I'm 43 years old right now. I clearly don't remember what my fourth grade classroom looked like exactly, but I can write about, that nervous feeling as I was sitting at my desk waiting to take a test, clutching my number two pencil in my hand and sliding the eraser across the top of the desk, right? Like, I don't know if I actually did that, but if I'm trying to show that I'm nervous about something, that might be a way to do it. So you can add details like that. So you don't have to remember every single thing that happened, but you want to think about an incident that had an impact on how you view yourself as a learner. So now if you're thinking about cultural literacy, right, maybe it's not something that happened in the classroom. It might be that you write about something that happened when you were traveling or something that happened when you were in a group of people that are different from, the people who you were used to being around. So it can be centered around a person, an event, or a place. In the class today, I was talking about this teacher I had in ninth grade who I did not get along with at all. He was my English teacher. But in the end, he was one of the most amazing teachers I had. Like, he taught me so much about sentence variety. And really, I think that's how I became a good writer. It was sort of like the seed that was planted in me for enjoying writing and looking at it as a craft. So I might tell the story. It could be positive or negative. Like, I had some negative experiences with that teacher, right? But I just tell the story in a short way because you're going to go back and rewrite how you write it. So just write it down. Like, I might write, in ninth grade, I had a teacher, Mr. H, who I did not get along with. Every day he yelled at me for having gum, which I didn't see how that was relevant to my learning. And although I struggled to get along with him, he ended up being a good teacher, right? I'm not actually telling the story now. I'm just writing down the incident. Then the next step is to think about what lesson did you learn about your own literacy from that event. So if I was talking about Mr. H, I might say that what I learned about myself is that sometimes I can be a little bit of a know-it-all, and it's better to have a learning stance. I learned a lot from him. So even though I didn't really get along with him personally, I had a lot to learn. He had a lot to teach me, and I had a lot to learn from him. So like trying to remember that, I guess what I learned is that it's good to have a learning stance, right? It's good to look at everyone you meet as someone with whom you can learn from. So that's what I would write as my lesson underneath that. Step 3 is to think about another story. So what is another story you can include that led to you learning that same lesson? So in class, I was talking about where's another time where I had to take a learning stance. And I think teaching, right? As a teacher, I don't want to be one of those teachers who thinks I'm the teacher and I know everything. So I don't have anything to learn about teaching. I'm just going to do it the way that I do it, and students should learn it, right? So I might write about an experience that I had with Miss Hesse, say, where I learned from her a new thing about teaching, and it made me a better teacher. So it's another story that connects to that lesson that I learned. So that's where you want to be by the time we meet back in class tomorrow. So just have the ideas for those two stories, and then sort of the idea of what lesson it is that ties them together. So I hope that that helps you a little bit with your brainstorming. And of course, you can reach out to me via email if you want to have me hop on your document and give you some suggestions. Otherwise, I will see you guys in class. Okay? Thank you so much for your time, and I hope that you're having a great day. Talk to you soon.